Rick, good morning. What's going on, man?
Nothing.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, Charleston's Morning News here. Look, man, I am so psyched to be talking with you today. We're talking to award-winning sports writer Rick Reilly. Brilliant and funny, brand new book in stores now, Sports from Hell, My Search for the World's Dumbest Competition. And Rick, like I said, man, just an honor to talk with you, man. I've been reading your columns for so long, of course, well known for the back page article in the back of Sports Illustrated for so many years, now ESPN.com and ESPN the magazine writer. So Rick, tell me about this book. Where'd you come up with this idea?
Well, thank you for the nice words. Well, I got tired of attending Brett Favre retirement conferences.
So many.
I got sick of watching Barry Bonds' head change 3 sizes. I wanted a sport where the only doping necessary was just to see the dopes who do it.
Right.
So we still went all over the world looking for sports that were dumb, but the people couldn't know they were dumb. They had to actually think it was a real sport. So, sports like sauna sitting, where you sit there at 261 degrees and fry your kidney out, stuff like that.
Yeah, certainly not anything that appeals to the majority of people out there. I mean, some of these things that you've got in this book, the Homeless World Cup of Soccer, bull poker. I mean, where do you find these things?
Yeah, well, my researcher and I, who I ended up marrying, she did a great job. Just found the most crazy sports where things you'd never heard of, and when you hear them, you're like, that can't be real. So she found the Homeless World Cup of Soccer. 48 nations bring their best homeless soccer players to Denmark. And I'm like, how the hell do you even find your best homeless soccer players?
Right.
I mean, what do? You look under bridges? You look in cardboard boxes? Hey, let's see your bicycle kick? I don't know. The other thing is, what are they going to do with the trophy if they win it? They have no home.
That's true.
But anyway, that one turned out to actually be quite emotional because these people had never been a part of a team before. As one person said, people, I live on the street. People usually cross the street to avoid me. Now people are coming up to me and wanting my autograph. They want my picture. 92% of the people who compete in this thing actually change their lives for the better. They go back and either get a job, they go back to school, they get a place to live. It just kind of reminded us how wonderful sports can be for the rest of your life. I mean, just to be part of a team and something other than yourself really can build great self-esteem, and that was actually one of the cool ones.
So it is very redeeming. I mean, that something that you may think that you and I may think is a little crazy and absurd certainly does have some rewarding values there.
Yeah, ferret legging. You can just see what your pain threshold is.
Now, okay, first of all, I got to say, that's you on the cover of this book, correct? I mean, that's you with a ferret going down your pants.
That's the first moment I had a ferret going down my pants, and I've actually become addicted. I have one down as I speak.
Oh, do you? Do you? Nice.
Oh, no, I don't. They're meat eaters, and they don't see well. So you're essentially putting a blind carnivore down your pants, and they climb, they grab, they bite things and don't let go. It's really quite stupid. The record is 5 hours and 32 minutes for a guy in Wales, and having done this, I got to think that ferret was dead.
I would hope so. I mean, seriously, rabies? No? I mean, diseases? Is that a concern?
These ferrets have all been screened, but in Wales, where they invented this, I suppose that could be. I mean, the lady next to me got chewed up like a carnival, turkey leg.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Some things, though, I got to say, do sound like fun. Zorbing, I've seen that on TV. The big giant ball that they just roll down the hills, and I would do that.
It was a Chevy truck ad once, and but we've done it in New Zealand where they don't have you can't sue for personal injury.
Okay.
So they don't care if you break your leg. They just like, oh, sorry you broke your leg, dude. Here's 2 passes for when you're healthy. But I thought it was the most fun thing of all. You get in this giant 12-foot plastic ball. They throw a bucket, about a gallon of water in the ball. Then they zip it shut, and then they push you down a ski slope.
Sounds like fun.
It was fun. And the competition part of it is these guys, they try to stand for a record amount of time before they eventually fall. Some people try to strap themselves to the inside of it so they go round and round like gerbils. Some people try to walk backwards. It's it's crazy fun.
Oh, geez. Something I may have to check out then at some point in time. Now, a couple things I got to say. I found a little surprising. We'll get to the big one here in a minute, but rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, I didn't realize how serious people take rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, people are diehard, man. I've heard of competitions.
Yeah, $50,000 first prizes and stuff. These guys, one guy came with oven mitts on his hands. And I said, what's with the oven mitts? He goes, my hands are just that hot.
Oh, jeez.
They are into it. And if you go up against a pro, I don't know if you've ever gone up against a pro.
No.
There's professional rock, paper, scissors throwers. And he will beat you 9 out of 10 because you will have a tell. There's certain psychological things people do, like if you and I were to tie 2 straight times doing rocks, you will not, most amateurs will never go to a third rock. So a pro knows that, and he knows, therefore, that scissors is safe.
Right.
And that he's gonna end up beating you.
So are there like tells and stuff, kind of like playing poker? I mean, can you does somebody like scratch their nose or something, or do they, is there like a twitch to kind of like read, to help people read their next throw a little bit better, or?
Absolutely. That's how a guy beat me 9 out of 10 once. He said I was telling at the top of my throw before it hit the bottom, So I would like turn my hand for the paper and stuff like that, and he would just read it.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like, you see that scene in Maverick where he just sits back and watches for an hour and observes everything, and then all of a sudden he knows what people are doing and cleans house.
Yeah. So what I was hoping is there'd be some kind of steroid controversy.
Right.
Like, have you seen that guy's knuckles?
My God.
On the juice. His scissors are going to break somebody's rock one day.
Well, it's got to be popular. I mean, Big Bang Theory. I don't know if you've heard, of course, doing your research here, they have that rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Anybody playing that variety?
No, but they have all kinds of combinations. They got like something to do with a cat, microwave, and a mouse or something. And, the cat loses to the microwave, the cat beats the mouse. They're all over the world. Almost every country has their own way of doing it.
Yeah. All right. We're talking to Rick Reilly here, Sports from Hell, award-winning sports columnist, writer, best-selling author. Rick Reilly, man, a pleasure to be talking with you here, talking about your brand new book in stores now, Sports from Hell. One of the most surprising things, sports, in this book that really caught me off guard. But I understood after reading it, you talk about baseball. Sports from Hell.
Baseball in there is one of my dumbest sports in the world.
It's America's pastime.
What other sport puts 65-year-old men in uniform?
Well, there you go. Who wants to see somebody this sort of?
Sport lets people get out of the box, adjust their helmet, gloves, cup, and retie their shoes after they haven't even swung at a pitch.
Right.
What other sport has 40% of their players trying HGH and no test for HGH?
And of course, the big controversy a lot of people are talking about this year, everybody taking so much time at the plate. Of course, Red Sox, Yankees games taking, minimum of 4 hours, 5 hours a game. So, reading some of these things, you mentioned about how it takes, 3 hours for someone to actually call a rain delay just so that they can sock people for taking more ice cream helmets. I love that.
Yeah. So much of it is just based on old owners being able to cash in as much as sometimes they'll wait 3 hours to call a rain delay when people are just soaking wet. People always say that, baseball, it's the sport of fathers and sons. I guarantee you, no son is sitting through a 9-hour baseball game anymore. Here's something that's really dumb. They have the bullpen pitchers, right?
Right.
So a guy will be out there warming up for 10 minutes. He's thrown probably 30 pitches, maybe 40. Now it's time for him to come in. And he gets to throw 8 more pitches.
What's up with
that?
We're
all got to sit there while this guy throws 8 more pitches. That doesn't happen in any other sport. If a kicker comes in, he has to kick in an NFL game. If a three-point shooter comes in, he doesn't get to shoot 8 3-pointers. Get in the game, start playing. You've been warmed up already.
Oh, man, that's true. You make so many valid points here. It's great. I've actually, I've been one of those guys soaked in the rain at Fenway, waiting for them to call that rain delay as I'm sucking down another ice cream-filled Red Sox helmet. So, that really touched me there. It's funny. What sport out of these that you mentioned, the bull poker, the zorbing, the illegal jarts, which one do you actually see maybe picking up some speed, maybe catching on a little bit here in the States?
None of them. I can't see any of them catching on. I was going to say maybe chess boxing.
Yeah.
But it's so stupid.
What's that one all about?
It's such a European thing. The guy plays the two guys box for 3 minutes, then they play chess on a waterproof board in the middle of the ring for 4, speed chess, then back to the boxing, back to the chess. And by the 9th round, they're so beat up and bleeding and sweaty, they can't even see the pieces, much less remember how they move. So, some guy will take a castle and go diagonally, and the ref will go, that's it, we're done here,
Oh, geez, man. Well, let me tell you, how was the experience of writing this book different from your other books? I mean, you've written countless others, but tell me how this one was a little bit more fun or different, or the experience writing this one.
Well, I mean, the thing was kind of like it was Who's Your Caddy, in which I caddied for 13 famous people from John Daly to Donald Trump. Well, actually, I carried Trump's hair, but another guy carried his bag, but still. That was just right in my wheelhouse because I knew golf so well.
Yeah.
And I knew where to go and what kind of things to ask them. This was just so weird. I mean, to compete in the nude cycling race in Sydney, Australia, you didn't know. Like, you'd make stupid mistakes. Like, you don't want to rent your bike at a nude bike race. Okay, that's one thing.
I'd imagine not.
You learn things like ferret legging,
Yeah.
You try to sneak your ferret some food before he goes down. There's a lot of things you found out later when it was too late.
You certainly don't want a hungry ferret going down your pants, that's for sure.
Oh, no. As I tell people, feed your ferret first.
Oh, jeez. Rick, man, let me tell you. So what else you got going on? So you've got on ESPN, you've got the Homecomings special that you record. I saw one the other day that you had Joe Mauer up there in Minnesota.
So the idea is to take a guy back to where he feels like his home.
Right.
Fill his high school gym, his first Little League field, just fill it with thousands of people, and there will be the first girl he ever kissed, his first coach. There'll be, some embarrassing thing he didn't want out. And, you just interview him. It comes out to a 1-hour show, but we tape for probably 3 hours.
Yeah.
And almost every time the guy looks at me and he goes, in between commercial breaks, and he'll say, like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. To see everybody in your life just sitting out there in front of you, it's amazing. And I hope it's something different for the average ESPN fan. It's not dunks and home runs. It's a real look at a guy's life as deeply as you can go. I mean, when you've got Josh Hamilton of the Texas Rangers sitting in front of his wife, his parents, his grandmother, every teammate he's ever had, and admitting that he stole his wife's wedding ring and pawned it for crack.
Ooh.
And then thought that suicide sounded pretty good at that point. I mean, there's some pretty chilling moments in this show.
Yeah, what's the next one you got coming up?
Let's see, we're doing Donovan McNabb in Chicago, May 20th.
Nice. All right, well, check it out. ESPN columnist Rick Reilly. You can see him on ESPN.com. Also read him in ESPN the magazine. And certainly don't forget to check out his brand new book, Sports from Hell, in stores now. My search for the world's dumbest competition. Rick, it's been a pleasure, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
No problem. Take care.